Good morning or afternoon. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there and Flying with Mike Land. Welcome in. I'm doing a special stream today, mainly to get myself back in the driver's seat, the captain's seat of this fun little plane to fly, the C90. Its default comes with X-Plane 12. And we haven't flown it for several months, so a bit rusty, so we need to kick the rust off. We actually have potential for a flight this week with it, so I thought I'd better dust off some rust and hopefully remember how to fly this thing. So it's called the default C90. Now the version you're seeing is actually a T44 with the Navy. Um, there's the C12, which would have been the next level up of KingAir, the Beach 100s, and they'd have had a T-tail. So beyond that, folks, they're pretty much the same aircraft, and we're going to get flying with Sim Air Force. If y'all are interested in them, throughout the day. Hang on a second. Love these messages Microsoft thinks I care about. All right. So anyway, so if you're interested in simulated Air Force, if you're interested in flying in restricted areas, combat, lape dropping, air refueling, anything like that that gets you in tight or going head to head with another player on VATSIM, you got to join one of the virtual special operation units out there, and Sim Air Force is one of those. So today we're not going to be doing any of the lape droppings or flying low-level routes or anything like that. We're just going to go from Scott Air Force Base down to Little Rock, Arkansas. Now, when pilots go through their UPT training, their initial pilot training, after the Cessna, which they'll get real quickly, they head to Vance Air Force Base or several others to get their initial UPT. Then they transition to the aircraft similar to the routes they're going. So if they're going turboprop cargos, guess who starts? Right here. And then they go to their frame for their final training. It takes a bit, folks. It's not like you just hop in, go downtown, sign up, head on out to OTS, get through that like basic training the grunts do, and then they give you an airplane to fly. Nah, it takes a little longer than that. It used to take a 6-year contract because about the first year, year and a half, you're learning how to fly this the military way. So, not this particular plane, but the airframe you're going to fly, starting small, working your way up, just like this out in the civilian world. You don't start off in 747s, okay, unless you're on a flight sim. But you start off small, work your way up to your airframe, and sometimes you go back down to small because the F-15, F-16 are smaller than the plane that started you down that track. So anyway, all of that to say, folks, we're going to do a training mission to help kick the rust off the pilot here and see if I can still fly the C90/T44 for simulated Air Force. All right, folks, I am going to get up here in the cockpit. Now, it is cold and dark in here. Okay, very hot, very steamy, and dark. It's very warm here this week in St. Louis. Wow. It was 95, I think, on the thermometer when I went out to, I thought, prepare the grill. We'll get back out there later. It's a bit on the hot side. So let's build this flight plan, shall we? Let me get Sim Toolkit in here, and we're going to put this flight together. As soon as I find it. There's where you're hiding. All right, so Sim Toolkit, let's go to flight planning. And we're going to use the advanced planner. We're going to start here. KBLV. Whoop, gotta always click there. Come on, Captain. KLRF. And, crud, I forgot the tail number. Hang on a second, folks. I think it's 1058. Let's see if that works. There it is, 161058. All right, yeah, that'll work. Okay, flight number will be AF. Actually, we're going to be... You're going to ask me why I just did what I did. Stand by, I'll get that here in a second. Let's go with a 2015 hopeful departure. That's good. Go advanced. Okay, so what I'm doing here is putting in what I use for contingency fuel 5% plus my required FAA fuel minimum of 45. We don't have to worry about a fuel factor. Let's plan 20 minutes taxi out, 20 in. Why not? And 2 passengers. We'll see if it gives us any cargo. All right, now bear with me a second here. I'm just going to see what Sim Brief has for flights. Actually, I knew another way I could have done that. Doggone it. You know what? I'm going to do that. Kind of like that. I think I am. All right, I kind of like this. So I think we'll try this, see if we get the routing we want. Cruise profile auto, altitude. Gonna keep us kind of low. See if we, well, yeah, we'll keep it kind of low today. And make sure everything that I want to be filled in is filled in, generate, and here we go. Trying this SELLY V69 to Walnut Ridge, Victor 305 to UKORE. See if it took it in. It did not. What did we get? Okay, so we got the Lindy 8 to Myers, Igloo, Palma. Create new plan. Actually, yeah, let's create a new one. Again, KBLV. Didn't like that KLRF. Did I get it right? Yep. And we're still in our aircraft. Oh, I see why it didn't like what I did. Sim AF18. Go. Let's go reach. RCH. Hang on a second. I've got the perfect number here. 280. Okay, we'll go. That's good. That's good. Advanced again. Here we go. 45, 20, and 20. All right, I'm going to put in my route because it didn't like it before. Why would it think to take what I told it? 16,000, 2 people. And there we go. Now let's see if it likes it. It'll probably come back. You can't do it in the KingAir. There it is. All right. And yes. Cool. All right. So we've got that saved. I need to go in and clean that out. All right. So now our flight number is no, it's not, but we'll work with it. Call sign Sim Air Force 18. We're a beach 20. Actually, no, we're not, but that's the closest we'll get in VATSIM. 255 miles. We're looking at about a 58-minute run, so we'll hit fly now. And, ooh, got a little bit of thunderstorm activity out east of our routing. A little bit on it, too, so we may get to see some things at work here. All right, so we're ready to go with our loadout. Better be 2 people. Hey, they gave us 1,000 pounds of cargo. Cool, 1,400 pounds, 9,354 pounds ZFW. Once they throw on 2,040 pounds of fuel, we should be good to go. The 200 and whatever it was, 50 miles to Little Rock. Cruise 1,700 RPM. Okay, and 16,000. Cool. Taking off 14 left, landing runway 25. Well, we'll see. All right, here's the weather. 14 left. Ooh, pretty stiff. 220 at 12. 10 miles of visibility, and it's clear. Debatable. We'll go with it. 35 degrees outside, folks. It's 95. Oh, they are calling it 95. Okay. I was going by a shaded patio. I thought that cooled it a little. So, and we're standard barometric pressure. Heading down pretty much the same way. Winds, however, are 140 at 6. We may, we'll see what it's like when we get down there. 10 miles scattered, 6,000, and they're a couple degrees cooler. So perfect barbecue weather when we get down there. 2990. All right, and finally, oops, wrong button. That button we needed. Let me get this in the pipeline so we can get our departure. Oh, I didn't change that. Oh, shameful, shameful, shameful. All right, and that's good. And doing my standard, getting this airplane legal for flight. All right, and that we'll put in, oh, we'll put in 100, even though I don't see it. Oh, we are definitely not a C, we're a B at best. And this one doesn't put tail numbers in. Operator, operator, operator. Okay, and flight plans filed. Sim AF18 will be online here shortly. Actually, you know what? I just might come online or a F18. Now, the key here, folks, this is where it gets tricky. B, E, what do we call ourselves? 20. And I know I didn't. All right, so for the squawk, we want 57. I've got it there, so we'll be good. All right, so we're ready to get it going here, folks. All right, now I do highly, hey, happy baby daddy day. I've actually got 3 grown daughters, so, but yeah, we get it with the 3 granddaughters. Thank you there, Duluth, our moderator today. Hope your dads and you are enjoying the day as well. All right, so there it is, folks, the KingAir. Let's get in the airplane and start winding things up. Like I say, folks, you're always never sure what you're going to see flying on here. sometimes we actually do tail swaps. So, and we completely swap out sometimes. All right, so one thing I highly recommend here, folks, checklists. Not because real pilots use them, but because if you're like me and you fly a whole variety of aircraft, they save your butt big time by helping to refresh what do I need to do. Now, the problem comes in, where's that switch? No, where's that switch? That's why we're doing this flight today. Because, like I said, early next week, we do have potential for flying this if time and scheduling work out. We'll see, though. I'm not pushing it at all. So, all right, but here is the KingAir. Here, let me see if that key does what I hope it does. A little better. So here's the panel, folks. It's not overly complicated, but if you're not familiar with the plane, yeah, it can be complicated. My only problem, most of your autopilot radar stuff is down here, not up where I like it being right with the gauges. However, we'll get around it like we always do. And with all well, wow, wow, Grandpa is 98. Duluth, that is awesome and climbing. You know, they just had, oh, what was I watching? New York firefighter, obviously retired with where I'm going. Um, 100 years old this past week. A retired New York firefighter. That is unbelievable. He's the oldest retired firefighter in New York. That is awesome that your grandpa is 98. Oh, that is so great to hear. Enjoy the day with them there, sir, in Wisconsin, with your grandpa and your dad. Enjoy it. But yeah, I thought I'd throw that in there. That was incredible to hear. 25, I think they said years he put on the New York Fire Department, who I was talking about. Um, and I forget how long they said. I think he and his wife are both still alive, with 50, 60, 70 years of marriage. I knew where some of you were thinking of going. He married someone young, and that's why she's no. They're both still around. This is an amazing story I watched last week. But anyway, let's get back to the action here. It's what you all are here. Always remember with all of these planes, folks, if this yoke gets in the way, the Y key gets rid of it. Always remember that. All right. And I've got my numpad set up for the way I kind of like going. The panel or the pilot's manual for this aircraft will guide you in better ways, maybe that you like. So it's your call. That's how I do this. All right, so let's do it here. We got to get up here first and get the weight and balance squared out. Bear with me, I'm pulling the information so I can get it right. Or half wrong, who knows? 1,400-pound payload. 1,400, enter. 2,040 pounds of fuel. Wow, that's almost full tanks. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting that. Where is our alternate? Memphis. Huh. To think I was going to fly this to Vance possibly. Wow. Uh, yeah. Really? Holy mackerel. All right. Aircraft's now loaded. We can close the door up in a second. Weight and balance, CG checked, emergency exit lock, control locks. Here, let's bring them back in. You can do this, folks. Good chance the control locks are not in. Seatbelt and harness fastened. Parking brake is, gotta remember, set. Let's verify. Okay. Overhead panel. Now, there was a guy over in X-Plane 11 put together a spectacular mod for this. It's a shame, and I haven't checked his site in a while, or his work in a while. But what a plane he put together. Unfortunately, I do have an affectionate nick. Oh, wait a minute. They were set right. Doggone it. Come on, Captain. I called it Fireball. And that's because this guy behind the wheel pushed the engines too hard and they burst into flames, actually on the runway. So I affectionately call it Fireball. But once I got it down, took about 2 or 3 flights to, not be so aggressive with it. And wow, what a magnificent job he did on that. Unfortunately, it's Fireball 2 in X-Plane 12, and not because of, I still very gingerly did things. X-Plane 12 data refs were not playing nicely with it. All right, parking brake, overhead set, oxygen, control pull on. Right side, fuses look good. The left side, not many, but they look good. And they don't pull, so okay, oxygen system is, I know, oh, whoa. Hang on, I'm gonna oxygen is right. There it is. I'm pretty sure it was over here, but you never know. Okay, we don't need defrosters. Okay, cabin temp is right here. It's in the off. Prop levers need to go to high. And that was one thing I really liked. You could move them both. Okay, props are in the high RPM power levers. Idle, but I still like to check them. And the condition levers are cut off. That's your fuel, by the way. Okay, power sub panel. Okay, we're going to get this thing fired up here. Battery switch. Coming on. Cross feed open. Oh, that's boost pump. My bad. All right, and let me make sure the sounds are turned up. Annunciator. Okay. Boost pumps on. Inverter on. We don't have that fuel pressure. Okay. And transfer pumps, click sound. You say so. Fire detection.
Pull up.
That's about the best we got, folks. His actually had the fire detection. Voltometer, good. And annunciators we just did. And let's get that seatbelt sign to... And probably one of my favorite things about X-Plane coming out of the FSX world. And no, I did not touch the new other one over there. Didn't want to. All right, so avionics on. No, it's not. Okay, right. Okay, so here we go. So ignitions, the auto. All right. The blades, actually. Spin up instead of you hear the engine whine up and then go into full and then the blade spins. Here, the whole process. Now we push it up to full because basically you're cross bleeding to your other engine to get it started, and then we do the same thing. A generator reset on. All right, now we turn the avionics switch on. Okay, now you're wondering, hey, you turned on the avionics. Why isn't the primary and HSI not on? That's because you got to come down here. And here is where things get really dicey. I'm pretty sure, no, you can't pop them out at all to help you out. So it really gets to be a pain setting headings and all. So, all right, so we're up and running. Avionics on, cabin temperature. Let's come over here, put it on auto. Come on. Ugh, if it shuts that engine down, I'm gonna be. Come on. Oh well, I am not gonna get the bleeds on. I'll leave them alone till I'm ready to throw them to high for takeoff. Okay, cross feed over here to auto. Make sure the annunciators, they were not clear with that. Now they are. Okay, and again, see, these are things I'm working out the rust here. All right, so let's get our first panel worked on here, flight plan. Okay, we're going KBLV right here, so we do that. Enter. Okay. Procedure. We're not doing a departure, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we're going to head direct SELLY or point south. Hang on. We'll get our radios next. I also like to back it up here again as a backup. Okay. Now, let's get our headings. Now, the fun part, folks. All right, now for your cabin altitude, folks, this I am not the greatest at, so bear with me. Set it for 16,000. And I bring the rate up. So we're going to run with a cabin at about 3,500 feet. Here's your autopilot. Again, pushing will center all of that fun stuff. All right, I'm going to go ahead and taxi us out. All right, first thing I do need to set though is our okay, transponder, which was 57. $65. Okay. $28,700. 28,250. Okay, bump that up. And Farmington, I believe, is one of our fixes. Bear with me as I look it up. Okay, so Farmington is indeed. All right, so Farmington, 15,700. Okay, we're ready to go, folks. Radios are set. Brakes off. All right, and all right, we're ready to go. Okay, so we're going to take off. Runway heading. We'll get that here in a second. Hopefully. Scott Air Force Base area traffic, KingAir, Sim Air Force 18, taxiing to runway 14 right for departure. All right, we have an altimeter really badly off. All right, let's see if we bring this down closer to where we're at. This will help. Wow. All right, well, that was not expected. Okay, I don't know if that was a bug or not. All right, glad we caught that. Holy mackerel. Now you see where I don't, this is one thing I don't like. All right, that's about the best we're going to be able to get going here, folks. All right, let's get this plane out on the runway and see what we can do. Okay. Here we go. And Scott Air Force Base traffic, KingAir Sim Air Force 18, departing 14 right. Flying Doc, how are you, sir? Nice to see you in here. We're going to do our best here. Trying to get the KingAir, like I've been saying, the whole flight here, folks. Trying to knock some rust off. Get ready to go. Oh, I would have swore I kicked those brakes off. Okay, positive rate gears coming up. find the altitude select. got her a little bit more tame. Sorry, folks. I know I'm bouncing around a lot in here. There we go. 140 I thought was our speed for climb. Auto feather can go off. Oh, I turned it on. Alright, we're on our way up, folks, and we're on our way up. So, flip back to Unicom. And we're on our way. Wow. A lot of rust needs to be kicked off. Well, we'll get another flight here next week with it. We'll see how she does. Alright, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did. Going, why is this thing not behaving right? All right. Well, let me see what we got up here. We've got the anti-ice still on. I'm going to go ahead. All right. So everything's looking good. Oil pressures. Actually, oil. This is where his being able to push them both together really paid off. I guess well, let's see. It may not be on the radar. Oh yeah, it's definitely showing. I don't know if we got our range out far enough. There's that little blob. Here's where our route will follow, folks. And, you know, wouldn't be flying with Mike if we didn't have thunderstorms somewhere nearby. All right, let's see if we've got a new and we're at 299. All Alright folks, so we are flying the C90. The actual is T44 livery from Mid-America to Little Rock, and trying to figure out how I used to fly this thing. I flew it a lot back a few months, maybe as even close to a year ago, and thought we'd give her a try here. Really rusty with it. We get lightning. We just get sun and clouds. And as always, folks, those of you who actually flew this plane, we are seeing some weather. Good deal. Let me know what I've done wrong besides everything, because I feel like I've done just about everything. Minus we didn't do the engine run up, and the reason why, folks, it's because controlling these are not as easy, you know, as I'd like them to be. One thing I do want to check in on. Oh. According to Austin, putting these all to the left, 0%. Many of you are going, well, that makes it so doggone easy. No, it don't. It just, in his terms, the maker of X-Plane gets rid of some of the input you got to put in to make the surfaces and stuff work. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I don't need that. I don't know. But for now, folks, we are climbing. Let's take a look over here. Alright, so I hope y'all enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and put in the overlay up top. Showing them, my, still an hour to go. Well, we get up to altitude, level off, maybe that'll help. Farmington, 15 miles off the Alright folks, we're about to level off. Got about an hour till it work. Y'all enjoyed. Y'all are, learning like I am a little bit about this plane. So now the checklist I'm running, folks. Again, I just do a search BE90 checklist version 1, and I got a good one here. I think at least it helps. Even goes into an abnormal if I have troubles. So I've got a lot here. I could begin to better troubleshoot an issue besides my normal, okay, engine fire, chop the power, fuel, we're good, and then look for a place to land. Hopefully the other one still runs. But no, it goes into a little more detail. My very first flight, X-Plane 11, with this plane, not the Sparky one that I like to affectionately call. We didn't run out, but I didn't manage the fuel properly. Default. Okay, default. Not the other one that I've been known to fly and actually really do like. I just have to get back and get used to it. His airplane, I'll give you a case in point, would actually be up here in the 180-200 knot range. I believe he had it as a GT, so that helps. But boy, what a plane he made. I really wish he had ported it over to X-Plane 12 so the data ref issues wouldn't have played in. Boy, what a beautiful paint job. Beautiful job on the interior. Just overall, great aircraft. So. Now, my concern, if I would have been in his plane, oh, that gets a little glare off. Okay, so the way these oil temperatures are spiked. But anyway, I ran out of fuel, but I didn't run out of fuel. It was just the way the panel was configured, and we'll see how this plays out. Have me to blame, huh? Listed in the Sim. You know, Sim Air Force is not all that bad, Duluth. Pick your route. You can fly. You know, if you love the Zebo like I do, the C30, or correction, C40, perfect airplane for you. If you want to fly new and improved aircraft, you know, hey, these are great too. And the training is not all that bad. It's just basically to get you thinking a little bit more into formation flying, how to fly them tight, if need be, how to head down and stuff. So I'm glad to hear you're coming aboard some Air Force folks. And hey, anyone else out there wanting to look at them? And again, I always preface this, folks, look before you leap. You know, make sure it's something you're interested in. I'm going to give you one, could be negative, could be positive caveat about it. You have to fly your flights on VATSIM. Most of your flights. Let me rephrase that. You'll need to check in with and find out how they work this out with DCS. Because the fighter guys obviously would like to shoot at and do what they're meant to do. But I'm glad to hear that, Duluth. I don't know about you, is that really loud in your ears? I know if I do this, it's actually not as bad as I thought it would. Alright, folks, again, happy Father's Day out there to everyone. Hope you let your dads know. Alright, so just continuing on here, folks. I am planning the visual into Little Rock, kind of see how this plays out. Let's go ahead and bring charts in. Oh, wait a minute. This charts. I thought I accidentally got rid of them. Alright, there we go, and there they are. Alright, folks, real quick, you can see where we are. We're just off Farmington, little ways to go. Planning 2-5. Now, as we saw in the brief, okay, now winds are still getting a little closer to 2-5. Not there yet. I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to be doing a runway 7 approach. Firing lines wanted. For now, we will stick with the game plan. There are no arrivals. We're just looking 2-5. We do have an RNAV, which actually works pretty good for us. I don't believe I did. So we could do the same thing for the ILS. Folks, I'll be right back. See what's going on in the house. Be right back. Alright, folks. All is well. Just needed to check. How the heck does that happen all the time? All right, folks, let's bring this back up, look at it. We'll go ahead, plan it. Oh, they've gotten rid of the DME arc. Wow. Okay, now I see the big change. So we'll go to Ollie 162 and intercept the localizer 10 miles out and bring it in. Localizer today 109.9er, 252 on the heading, and at Hessup we need to be at 1,800 feet on the glide zone. So our decision altitude today is 200 feet. I believe we're set for that. Hang on. We're not set for anything. And on course. I think we'll just continue. Once we come off UKORE, we'll head direct held and then join. Instead of going up here, we'll just go direct to it. So that way we can all get to our Father Day celebrations here in the States, especially in my time zone. All right, so we're about 30 minutes out, and we're cruising along here at a pretty good pace. Back us down a little bit on the power. See how our engines are faring. Alright, so we'll just keep going at it here, folks. Hope you enjoy. And I'm going to go ahead and pull charts out. Again, currently the weather is 56 minutes old, so hopefully we get some new stuff here. 150 at 6, scattered layer at 6,034 degrees. Like I said, we're scooting along some storms here, getting ready to come over Walnut Ridge. And then it's Little Rock. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead while we're this far out. Memphis is not online, so we'll get our CTAF. Now this time you'll get to see how we did it. It's just basically a .CTAF KLRF. They don't have any data for Little Rock. Well, I know another way to find it. Okay, I haven't pulled charts yet, so most likely is going to be 120.6. How do I know that? Years of experience. Is that a good answer? No, usually it falls on the tower frequency. The problem comes in multiple runways, multiple tower frequencies. So why they don't have that is beyond me. Interesting. AIP data for a little while. All right, folks, and I hate to break this one to y'all. That's not a flight sim thing. That's a VATSIM thing. So why they're not tuned in, I have no idea. But that's how you do it, folks. .ctaf. I don't care which sim you're on, how you connect to the VATSIM network in your client that connects on the chat line. .ctaf space and the 4-character identifier. Like we're about 29 miles out of Walnut Ridge. Alright, well this has been a fun little hop, folks. Hope you all have enjoyed. We're going to begin our descent here. Let's see. First off, I'm going to look at SimToolkit. Oh, there's actually a cell on Walnut Ridge. Let's see. Are we seeing it on our radar? Nope, not particularly. So pretty much UKORE is where it will look like we might start our descent. Okay, real quick on that, we need 2,000 or higher. Okay. Works for this guy, and okay. Actually, there is no cell. Give you a bird's eye view. Here's charts again. I got the weather turned on. So you can see there's Walnut Ridge ARG. And everything's pushed east now. Really Huntsville Tower is also online over there in Indiana. Just that heating of the day, thunderstorm activity to the east of us there, folks. Let's see here. stopping by today. All right, let's see. Not many more miles. We're about 10 miles off of Walnut Ridge. Right, so we are going to need to put, I have here, I think. Let's go ahead and work that off this one. 50 miles, so we got about 40 to go, or 30 to go, my bad. All right, folks, so let's start thinking about how to get this thing down. Okay, so pressurization, altimeter. What I did is a couple of things here. I didn't really walk through what I did. This is our DME gauge. And so we can see it better. So that glare. If you use the channel button, it bounces you between nav 1 and nav 2. This shows you where they're pointing to. ARG directly behind us, Little Rock, LIT directly ahead of us. Okay, this gives us how far. Now, according to, let me do this real quick. According to our sectional, LIT. By the way, folks, this comes with SIM toolkit, so it's not like it's something you're gonna have to go out find and add. It's just a simple turn it on over here in the settings or down here, one of the two places. All right, now we're still on the high altitude chart. So what I do is drop down to the let's do L16. It did not. So world low will make it seamless. Oh, it sure was cool. Okay, actually. UKORE. All right, so here's how I got it. Here's Little Rock. Here's the information, including coordinates for those of you using INS. Okay, if we follow the track here, 030 outbound radial to UKORE, indicates 50 miles. That's how I know this is where we'll start our descent into did not mean to hit that, into Little Rock Air Force Base. Now, we still got possibilities of some moisture in the area, but overall looking pretty good. Now, I am also gonna firm up our headings and all, so that way we can begin our descent at the right time. Let me get some toolkit down to show you that. Real simple, folks. It's the only thing on this being placed at the pedestal that helps is being able to push the button to center up your heading. So if for some strange reason the airplane starts banking wildly, you can do it. Also, I can go in here, click procedure, select my approach, ILS, enter, and it would actually fly it directly. Only thing I got to do, bring it down. Okay, we're coming up to Jeep, and then we got about 19 miles or so to our descent. So I can do one of two things. Now, I am thinking about just flying it down on the autopilot and then just joining the ILS when we get there. How you do that? Okay. We don't have a nav GPS switch here. That switch is right here, your CDI. If I flip it back to VLOC, it flies VOR localizers. If I keep it on GPS, whatever's in our GPS flight plan's what it's going to fly. So, real simple. Seems a little complicated, yes, but no. About 030 should be our bearing. 67 now miles out. And I'm going to check the map and see if we got anything. There's those storms, folks, we passed by. So, looks like maybe another aircraft headed towards Minneapolis. Don't know. But we're going to be getting ready for our approach. Again, welcome aboard, folks. Happy Father's Day, and hope y'all, for those that celebrate, I think it may not be a worldwide thing. But happy Father's Day. It helped a little, not much. Okay, we got about 12 miles. Give me a second. I gotta check something. Starting the grill up for this evening's meal. Steaks. It's something most areas of the country do not know about. But if you live in the western half of Ohio, pushing westward to about, I'm gonna say Kansas. Really haven't heard Kansas, whatever, talk much about them, but they may be there. And I don't know if they go north and south that much, but oh my gosh, look it up, folks. It is All right, we're back with y'all at about 55 miles, so we're about ready for that descent. And we said 2,000, I think it was. Yeah, so let's bring it down to, say, 5,000 to start with. Oh, sorry for coughing in your ears here, folks. All right. Now, one thing, watched a video to real pilots with these aircraft. They would actually descend them close to the barber pole, they called it, which it looks like a barber pole. The do not exceed speeds. Now we start pulling some power back. The other thing sounds weird. Anyway, okay. There's our turn direct to our approach. Like course correction. All right, we're going to fly direct field. But anyway, they said to fly this. The other thing, once you land, if your props aren't full forward, you're not going to go to beta. Now that I don't know about. But we'll go to full here in a minute. It is a checklist item, so should, we should catch it, but you never know. All right, so how we do? 15,000, 24 miles. Yeah, I think we've got a good descent rate. We can always increase that descent, and I like keeping it about right there. All right, and you're staring as taking the plane. All right, we're going to first go into can't read it anyway. Taking it out of GPS, the V-lock, and then dialing in 199. It's already there. I am going to go ahead and push that up. Now, when we get closer, I can either select nav, approach, if the glide slope is shown. Nav, no matter what. All right, so we are currently pressing inward. I'm going to switch us up now. All right, yeah, that looks 252. storm activity. Does not appear so. If any, just some light. Okay. All right, folks, we are going every bit near 9,000. Okay. All right, so props. Okay, before landing. Possibility of the airbase right there, folks. Okay, yesterday I was telling you at night it's a lot harder to find, or daytime to find these things. Boy, that just stuck out like a sore thumb. Yeah, that's got to be the base. I don't know of anything else. Let me make sure. Yeah, that's the base. Localizer's alive. Okay. Command decision. We're not going around, we're just going to do an overhead. And we're way high for that, but we're going to still come in. Right brake.
Banking, banking.
All right, folks, welcome back. We're just downwind. I'm going to make my radio call here. And Little Rock Air Force traffic, Sim Air Force 18, right downwind, 825, type KingAir. Right, gears coming down. First notch, here we go. Little Rock traffic, KingAir, Sim Air Force 18, turning right base 425. Want to keep it above the blue flag there, folks. That's your single engine climb. 5, Little Rock Air Force Base, Sim Air Force 18, King Air, turning, final, 25, full stop.
Banking, banking.
All right, folks. What I'm lined up on, well, now turning back to the big road, that's what's called an assault strip. That's what the this base is for training C-130 pilots. So they would do their short field landings on that.
500. 400. 300. Minimums.
Gear down.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And welcome in. Yeah, they would do their assault short field landings right next to us there. C-130's pretty, 3,000 foot is about the max those guys need. Beta. All right, let's go ahead, just taxi in, just park wherever. But again, welcome in. We'll take a look at this. Once we get parked, real quick here. All right, nice landing, I think. I think it was a bit of a thump, but you know, hey. Flaps up, landing gear, auto ignitions off. I don't think I had them on. Ice protection off, pitot heat off. This is where pilots in the military are a little different. All right, taxi light on. Pitot heats are off. Condition levers to low. And of course, unlike most airports, you don't get a follow me. But you know, it's fun, folks. We do plan to bring the 130 back into action here soon. I need to get the rust off that plane too, because hurricane season has started, and I would like to try to fly it in this year. head down. Now, imagine this ramp with nothing but C-130s. Like I said, this is the place they train. They learn how to fly them. They go through all the different mission profiles that a C-130 pilot would be tasked with. So, spend a lot of time here. This plane is based out of Corpus Christi. That's where you do your initial turboprop. Now, granted, you've already done turboprop time because you flew the little T6s at Vance, but then they bring you up to multi-engine. The guys go the jet route for fighters or jet cargo and bombers. They transition to T-45s and then to their major platform. So, Air Force has, sometimes you sit and go, huh? But it makes sense and it works. So, that's all I can say about it. You know, it sometimes just makes not a doggone bit of sense. But, in the long run, it does. 320, is that right? Yeah, that's what it is. Wow. All right, not 100% where I wanted to be. Let me show you where I was. Well, actually, okay, maybe, yeah, somehow, some way. Base ops is right here. It looks more like up here. Usually, not all of them. There's like a red carpet. I know, sounds weird, but there's a red carpet. All right, well, let's get this thing shut down. Enough jibber jabber out of me. Trim set. Let's put it neutral. All right, we'll turn everything off down here. Condition levers transponder. Standby. Saw it go from green to dark, folks. That's what controllers are telling you when they say you're not squawking. Okay, transfer pumps, cross feeds closed, auto feather is off. Okay, let's do all of that. Cross feeds closed, transfer pumps are off. Avionics to off. Battery props to feather. And now condition levers to cut off. And at 10%, Boost pumps can then be turned off, and we can get the gang bar. I'll explain what that is in just a second. It's not on this plane, but the yeah, I'll explain it here in a second. Okay, we're at 11. There's 10%. There's 10%. Boost pumps off. Okay. There was, with the aircraft in the military, a gang bar here. You've seen it in the 737 to turn the landing lights on. That's a gang bar. Knocks a whole bunch down. Turn your gens off. Turn your bat off. Welcome to Little Rock. There you go, folks. Beautiful flight today. Had a great time with it. Let's rewind that. First off, let me bring in Sim Toolkit here, do a quick wrap there, and then let y'all get to your Father's Day celebrations. Or cookout, 633 feet a minute. Okay, a little harder than I wanted it. Let's see how Sim Air Force recorded us. All right, PIREP's in. They had us at 692. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, I already know what it is. I thumped on the runway. Oh, but you know what? That's what's great about this program here. Let's finish. I was gonna say, what is it doing? All right, an hour 42 minute, 244 miles, 374 kilograms of fuel. And we landed with 3Gs, so we really thumped on it. Full landing report. We landed just ahead of the Herc. Again, 3Gs, 87 knots. That's actually a pretty good landing speed. That's not a good landing thump. So my guess is I flared too high and we just thumped. So, but anyway, giving you more of an overview of this base. This is that short field runway they use to hard stripped to practice their landings in the short fields that they sometimes have to do. And they actually have some places out there where they'll go in on grass and land. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they did that there too. So it's a little different feeling, and they've got to be able to nail it, or you could be going into trees, who knows. But anyway, there you have it, folks. Let's look at it again and see just how bad it was. Of course, first thing, we got to disconnect from VATSIM. Closing as much stuff up here that could interfere, and we're going to rewind the tape. All right, so let's see what we did. Very high on the approach. Probably would have made the assault runway better. Let's see what this looks like. Actually, Yeah, we flared way high. Yeah, that was a bit of a thumper. Oh yeah, that was definitely a flare way too high. It didn't feel like it in the plane. We're going to look at it one more time and then call it a little further back. All right, folks. Well, that was not the greatest of greatest landings, but oh well. You know, we made it. That's all that we can say here. I just want to again thank you so much for taking some of your Sunday, and for those here in the States, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day one more time to y'all. Thank you so much for being a part of Flying with Mike today. We sure appreciate it, and really hope to see you all next week. First flight out of the Bing is going to be out of Sweden, headed to Finland, and we'll go from there, folks. So for now, you all have a great day. God bless you all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.